Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Hey, let me ask you, is it possible for you to get a business loan with bad credit, EIN only? Absolutely. Now, here's the thing about it. Most of the time, when you're trying to go for a business loan with EIN loan only, then you definitely have to show revenue in the business. Now, is it possible that there are lenders out there that you have bad credit, you have a business idea, then can I still get a business loan and I don't have any revenue? It's still possible, but here's the thing you have to understand. If you're going to do it that way, don't go empty-handed, right? A few things that you should have, especially if you have a business with no revenue and you have bad credit, you just have an idea. It doesn't mean anything. So this is how you have to approach it. You actually need to structure yourself, either as a LLC or a S corporation or a C corporation or something like that. And if you need help with that, click the link in the description. But here's the reason why. You have bad credit, okay? And you may have this great idea. You may say, well, I want to go into real estate investing. Now, understanding that real estate investing is a high-risk NAICS code. So you need to figure out what's the best NAICS code that's related to real estate that you can actually get funding for that won't be shot down or you won't end up with a disappointing no. Okay, that's number one. And say that you may have an idea about a restaurant, a food truck or something like that. Again, without having any paperwork, any type of structure, people are not going to take you seriously. Okay, that's the reality. If you're going to try to do a food truck, then I would tell you, why don't you set up the paperwork and start like a basic catering? That way you actually can see the food that you have if people actually want to buy it. You can do catering out of your home. You definitely can do catering out of your home. But again, I would tell you, do not do it unless you have a structured business, because if somebody get food poisoning or whatever, and you may be working a job, you may have a 401k, you may have equity in your home or something like that, they can sue you for that. So don't think that, oh, people gonna buy my food. One of them gets sick, they coming after you. So you do not want to be selling people food out of your house without actually having a structured business, okay? Some of you guys may be looking at trying to get into the cannabis industry because you know all about bud. You know how it grows, you know the flavors, all of this stuff. The thing about it, if you don't have any type of real paperwork, and again, CBD marijuana industry is a high-risk NAICS code, so you have to find an alternative business that relates to that that's not high risk. Okay, for those type of situations, you can click the link in the description, schedule a one-on-one consultation. Now, talking about EIN only business loans when you have bad credit. So say that you are a startup and you finally registered your business, but you have bad credit and you're trying to get funding. Where do you go to? A lot of times I would tell people you may want to look at trying to get a high-risk personal loan. But there are some lenders out there. You have Kiva, K-I-V-A. They offer peer-to-peer loans, okay? And they offer up to $15,000. Now, here's the thing about it. A lot of people mindset that they have to have tens of thousands of dollars to start a business. And that's not even true. Not even getting into the real estate game. It's all in a matter of the knowledge. It's all in a matter of the knowledge. Now, that being said, like I said, with Kiva, it's up to $15,000, no revenue, no time in business, all right? And they do help people with startups. But again, it's a peer-to-peer. Now, another one is a CDFI. And their loans start at $300, but they go all the way up. They go up into the thousands to give you a loan, okay, with no revenue, no time in business. Again, it just depends on how you come to the table. Are you structured? Are you positioned to where you're able to take advantage of it? Now, here's the thing about it. I would tell you, if you have bad credit and you know that, hey, I got a good business idea, then I would definitely see if I can find somebody with at least a 600 credit score. All right, at least a 600 credit score, because that way, if you have somebody with at least a 600 credit score, then you maybe can approach like DreamSpring, add them onto your company, approach like DreamSpring, because with a 600 credit score, they pull TransUnion, and you may be able to get a small business loan for your startup. All right. That being said, the other businesses that if you can get an EIN loan and you have bad credit, but you have revenue. Okay, if you have revenue, then the first one you want to look at the PayPal Loan Builder. Now, with the PayPal Loan Builder, you don't have to be in relationship with PayPal in order to do this. You don't have to have any PayPal products, I should say. Now, what their thing is, having at least a 580 credit score, you have to pay the loans back from, they give you anywhere from 13 weeks up to 52 weeks to pay the loan back. All right, but your revenue, the revenue that they want you to have is at least making about $3,000 a month. Annual revenue is at least $33,000 annually. Okay, so that's what the PayPal Loan Builder, and their loans go from $5,000 up to $150,000. All right, so that's the first one. Then you have now with Lendio, they're wanting you to have a credit score at least a 560 credit score. So as you can see, a lot of these lenders, they don't want you to have the best credit. You don't have to have good credit. The thing about it with Lendio, their loans go anywhere from $1,000 up to $500,000. They want to show proof of revenue. Okay, so your monthly revenue has to be about $4,200, which is about $50,000 annually. All right, so $4,200 is not a lot of money. Just like with the PayPal business loan, $3,000. If you generate at least that much, they're able to give you a loan. All right. Now there's Mountain Works. So if you're in North Carolina, there's Mountain Works. They offer loans up to $20,000, no credit check. So that's Mountain Works. Then you have Proper US. Proper US, they offer loans up to $50,000. They're out of Michigan, okay? And then you have Biz to Credit. Now with Biz to Credit, they want you to have revenue at least of $100,000 a year. But again, you have to understand, all these lenders that I'm talking about, these are EIN only loans, okay? So they really are going off of the business. They take a look at your personal credit because they want to see if you recently filed a bankruptcy. So more likely, if you filed a bankruptcy, they want to see how old the bankruptcy is. For at least 12 months. Okay. Now, another thing about it, when they're checking your file and stuff, they may not even do a hard pull, but what they may do is they will check LexisNexis, okay? So they will check LexisNexis to see what's going on with you personally. All right, if they don't check LexisNexis, they may check Clarity, which is owned by Experian, okay? They may check DataX, which is owned by Equifax, or they may check Factor Trust, which is owned by TransUnion, but it won't be a hard pull. Most of these lenders, they're really focusing on what's going on with the actual business, all right? But when they check those systems, they're mainly checking to see if you had a recent bankruptcy, all right? Now, that being said, you have Rapid Finance. Now, with Rapid Finance, they offer loans up to $1 million. Now, you have to have at least a 560 credit score. They want proof of income. Now, here's the interesting thing about it is 6 months of business, okay? You have to have 6 months of business, at least $5,000 in revenue monthly, all right? That's for Rapid Finance. Now, here's another one, Reliant Funding. Reliant Funding, their loans go anywhere from $5,000 up to $400,000. 6 months, $5,000 in revenue, okay? And they give you like a 90% chance of approval, all right?